Hey guys, hope you don't mind a little bit of a spookier setup, but this is kind of a fun video for me. I was really excited for this. I have been looking for the longest time for a readathon to do. I originally wanted to do one on my own, one of those straight 24 hours you don't sleep at all readathons. But then I realized there's really no day I can do that. I would want to stay up through the night, but the one weekend that's best for me to do that just isn't gonna work. Then I came across the Witchathon by Crescent Moon, otherwise known as Rhiannon, who came up with this brilliant idea for a week-long readathon up through Halloween itself. So it's actually running Wednesday to Wednesday, and I was really intrigued by the actual challenges. It's not just straight scary stories or spooky stories, but a series of different kinds of things that really intrigued me. Now, I had the added challenge of this one in that I still want to read as many of my own books as I can. So the idea for me was I needed to make this work out of the books I already owned as much as possible. Or, at the very least, I need to be able to get them from the library for free. Because I really could not spend any money on books. Too much stuff going on, too much adult life and all its horribleness to try that. So I lucked out, and I'm really happy. But I think I've got it. I've got the TBR I want. I did want to try doing one book per challenge, but it turns out that a lot of the books I got just are too big, and I don't want to risk biting off more than I can chew for my first ever readathon. So I am combining two of the challenges on one book, and you'll see that in a second, but let's jump right into it. All right. First up on the Witchathon Reading Challenge. This time of year is all about preparing for the dark and gathering enough harvest for winter. Read a book that is bound to make you warm and happy. Now, obviously, this is probably the best one to reread a book, but like I said before, I am trying to get as many of my books read as possible, and it just so happens that I have an unread Harlequin romance. This is Sawyer by Dolores Fossen. Sure. I don't know much about it other than it involves a man and a baby, and it's a Harlequin romance. I'm not expecting a lot out of it. Warm fuzzies, they get together in the end, everything is magically saved, bad guys magically beaten. That's kind of what you come to expect from a Harlequin. But I know it'll give me the warm fuzzies. So there we go. That works. Next up is actually not a reading challenge, but something you have to do while you read. Light a candle for your ancestors and read by candlelight. This is a time for honoring our kin. And this is what drew me to the Witchathon, is that it's not just about being spooky. I believe Rhiannon, I know you're probably watching this, correct me if I'm wrong, is a practicing pagan or Wiccan or something. Don't quote me on that, but so that's a big thing. And as you can see, I have candles behind me, I have candles behind the camera. They're all scented too, so it smells weird in here. None of them has the same flavor, well, scent flavor. So I have got that one going for me as well. I think this is enough light to read by. I hope so. I really don't need any more eye strain. I've had glasses long enough as it is. Next up on the Witchathon is another challenge that I was interested in. It is Samhain is more widely known as Halloween. Read a spooky horror or thriller novel. Now, I didn't own any in physical form, but I do have an ebook. Oh, see, that's not how that works. That I downloaded from BookBub a while ago, one of those either free or 99 cents or whatever. So this is a Gretel by Christopher Coleman. I don't know much about it other than it's the first in either a trilogy or a series, and it is a horror or thriller retelling of the Hansel and Gretel tale, as if you couldn't tell by the Gretel and the Forest. So I don't know if I'm ready to start another series. It seems like I've got so many of them I still have to work on. But this is, I think, probably the only thriller I had, which is weird. because I actually like thriller books, so I'm not quite sure why I don't have any other ones. But I'm excited for this one, and also I'm really excited because I also have this one on my phone, so I can read it at work, like on lunch break, which I'm definitely going to be doing. Next up is my book that is going to be fulfilling 2 of the challenges because it's a little bit bigger. It's like nearly 600 pages. And like I said, I really want to get this completed. I don't want to fail my first readathon in the community. But this is my buddy book because I saw someone else tweet about reading this book and I needed to buddy read a book. And like I said, I'm brand new to the community, so I didn't really have any standing friends. And she didn't really ask me, or he, I guess I don't know their gender. All I saw was a Twitter name. But Hell Pixie, I'm with you. And that is A Discovery of Witches. This, I found out after I got this from the library that it is being made into some sort of, I believe someone said like a TV series or a mini series or something, I believe. So it'd be really cool. And this is all about a witch that comes across an old alchemy tablet or parchment, and it sort of ignites this whole chase with a vampire comes after it and a bunch of other demons and stuff. So it looks like it is unabashedly all about the supernatural elements. And this is my buddy book. This is also the book that is for the Paranormal Elements Challenge, because as we know, Samhain is the time when the veil between worlds is at its thinnest, or at least that's what Rhiannon said in the challenge. I'm not doing this the right way, am I? I'm supposed to read it out first. Whatever. It's my first time. Cut me some slack. This is probably the book I'm the most excited about, even though it's also the longest. The nice thing is that my library gives really long reading time, so like even if I fail reading this over the course of the week, I still have time to finish it afterwards, because I'm definitely finishing it. And Hell Pixie, you and me in this together. And next up on our readathon challenge is, in honor of your ancestors, read a book that features your ethnic heritage. Now, I thought about this. Shocker, I'm majority Caucasian. I know, came out of nowhere. But I'm a little bit Native American. And so part of me was thinking, oh, I could, find something to feature that part of my heritage. But again, I didn't want to have to get any more new books than I had to, because I really, really, really want to read as many of the ones I have. So I kind of had to forego that one. I probably will still be reading some books like that in the future, especially some nonfiction. I feel like I don't know enough about the Potawatomi tribe, or Potawatomi. See, I don't even know how to pronounce it. But I decided to go with one of my majority ethnic heritage. I am mostly German and British/English. Literally, my family knows what member of the Mayflower we're descended from. Levels of knowledgeable about that part of my heritage. So I decided to read The Forbidden Forest by Michael Cadnam. Again, ignore it. The stamps, none of my books are pretty. But this is a retelling of how Little John joined Robin Hood and his merry men. And Robin Hood is a very famous classic English folktale. And so I figured that would do for my ancestors. And pretty much my ancestors were there when this story would take place. So I figured that worked. Because again, my ancestors didn't pop over until the Mayflower. So I'm excited for this one too. Like, not as much as The Discovery of Witches, but excited for this one too. I love this TBR, guys. Last but not least, is the group book that we will all be reading, and that is The Girl Who Drank the Moon. And I believe this is YA by Kelly Barnhill. And I don't know much beyond what Rhiannon said in her video, and I don't really want to know too much more, because I know it's a big thing in the book community to not know a lot about the books before you jump into them, which is weird for me. I don't usually do that, but I'm trying. So this is essentially about a town that feels like they are terrorized by a witch, and they essentially sacrifice their children to her to keep her placated and keep her from coming after them. And they don't know that she's actually a good witch and feeds the children starlight, because that is apparently good for them. And on accident, she feeds one of them moonlight, which is a whole different thing. Like I said, I don't know too much. I'm trying to do the whole not knowing a lot about the books when you go into them to sort of let yourself be taken on a ride more, as opposed to kind of be spoiled by the synopsis. This, I believe, is YA, which is a little bit different for me. I don't usually read YA, but I'm really excited to be reading a book that a lot of other people are reading. I really want to jump into this community with both feet and become a part of something. So I will definitely be reading that. I will hopefully vlog a little bit of this. I doubt I will be doing it every day, but maybe some check-ins now and then. I probably won't be posting it next week, but I will try to do maybe the week after. I still have to do my actual newbie booktuber tag. But with all of the drama that's gone on because of a newbie booktuber video, I didn't really want to touch it at the moment. But yeah, I'm so excited. To everyone else doing the Witchathon, I salute you, my book buddy, and all the other people who found book buddies through Twitter. I'm so excited for this. I am going to hit the ground running come October 24th through the 31st. I'm going to do nothing else. I just gotta do a lot of brainstorming. I'm doing NaNoWriMo next month, and with all of this taking up, probably won't have a lot of time for brainstorming the last week. So I actually probably won't be able to read much between now and the Witchathon. But that's okay. I'll be doing plenty of reading come next week. So thank you so much for hanging around. I hope you didn't mind my spooky lighting. I quite enjoyed this. It's something a little bit different. If you liked, please subscribe, stick around to help me find my way through this new community. And I hope you have a wonderful day and a marvelous tomorrow. Bye.